Okay. Okay, let's see if we can find the video. Hello, Jeanette. How are you? This is the Creative Family Group. Right. Okay. So we're at class 10. 2 to go after this one. Let's do a really quick run through. So class 1, scrapbook page. Class 2 was card. Spell desk. Class 3 was a scrapbook page. Class 4 was a pair of tags with Noah and Amelia Ann. Class 5 was a scrapbook page. Little Polaroid things in the pocket. Class 6 was a scrapbook page. It's interactive as well. Class 7 was the painting class, painting wattle class. Hello, Di. Hello, Mary. Hello, Raquel. Hello, Deborah. Class 8 was Quentin and Naomi John doing cards together. And class 9 was the Christmassy page last night. And then, oh, geez. Oh, no, it's just a little scarab paper. And then now, what are we going to do? Hello, Kelly. How are you? Well. I had a thought a moment ago that I could do. Let's have a look at what we've got here. Now, I'm at home because there's a big boring machine at work still out front. Yep, there is a massive big boring machine doing NBN tunneling, getting ready for, well, they're putting in the new line. Actually, they're putting in the NBN lines that should have gone in before the NBN was turned on. And yeah, so they're on our side. We've got our sidewalk blocked off. Boring. They're not right out the front of the shop. They've been very good about that, but good thing the pizza restaurant isn't open because they completely blocked out the front of his business. But I thought about doing maybe like using Aussie Grunge, because it's our Aussie Super Weekend, to make a like a wedding card or engagement card. Because a lot of people are doing like that rustic, natural, outdoorsy sort of event. Hello, Chloe. Yes, good morning. Hello, Trish and Joanne. Hello, Laura. Hello, Tina. Thank you, Laura. And I thought about the blue wren, like the fairy wren. And I thought, oh, I better check what it means. Like if it's, if it's okay to use for a wedding card. And yeah, they're a symbol of positive promiscuity. So I don't know if that's really good for a wedding card. Yes. So they make, let's Superb Fairy Wren, Blue Wren. So, what? So what does it mean? There are times when we need to stray from one person or project or workplace. It might give us the inspiration we need to go back to our original project, or we may find that we are no longer being nourished by that which we left. Fairy Wren is a powerful medicine for moving on. So I'm going to say that we use Fairy Wrens not on wedding cards. We use them on happy divorce cards or happy changing job cards. So not sure wedding card is the right thing, especially if you're giving a wedding card to someone that's right into research, like I am. So hence thinking might not be the right thing. Let's see. Very interesting how animals have meanings. And I did do a bit of research, fair bit of research. What do kookaburras symbolise? Good luck. They can bring positive change. Good luck, but laughter. That can mean the rain's coming. Well, there's been no rain. So maybe, like changing circumstances and yes, but kookaburras mean good luck. So I think kookaburras and wedding cards might be a good one. The things you find out when you do a little bit of research. And of course the kookaburras on this one, that's the one that I would have used. Maybe. Okay. So let's see if we can make a wedding or engagement card. And we're going to make it Aussie. And we're going to use a kookaburra because they're good luck. And we've got some hearts. So use some hearts. And we'll use this here. Remember that measurement? Say 4 3/4. That's right. So we'll use that and that. Right. What else have we got? I do like the gum leaves on this piece of paper. Has everyone seen the gum leaves that came out today? I forgot to grab one. So I think this off paper number 4 will look nice. So that'll look good as well. Maybe a bit of green. So if we do that, then we can add. Oh, we just don't want too many colours. Like if you go too nuts with your colour, you can actually end up making a bit of a mozza of it. Right. But I definitely think so if we take Amy. What about retirement? Well, yes, you could use it for retirement, especially early retirement. Like if someone was going to retire early and it seemed like, you know, it wasn't on the cards, but they've just gone, oh, I'm going to retire, that'd be really good. This is the emu. I love blue wren. So do I. That's why there's one on the paper. Oh. Just finished vacuuming and it's really muggy here. Oh, it looked like it was going to rain when we left home, but I'm back, but it's not. What does pink cockatoo? Nope. Major Mitchell, because I think this is more of a, this is not a galah, this is a Major Mitchell. Natural Beauty. Unique Beauty. Safety and illumination in the dark, and they're a guiding light. So cockatoos are very, yeah, it was only last year that they changed the name from Major Mitchell to just pink cockatoo. We're meant to just call them pink cockatoos now. So we have galahs. We have pink galahs in our tropical ambience collection as well. So we're going to use. Oh, someone asked about an emu. Let's have a look. Because I look at a couple of different things. Resembling an ostrich. I've never heard of that before. Oh no, we don't want that one because that's about some economic union. Right. Right. I can't find a meaning. We'll go with the kookaburra because they're good luck. And then we'll use okay. We've sort of got a bit of an idea there. Colours this morning we've got to put by 3. Okay. When will today's advent come out? Oh, it came out at 7 o'clock Queensland time. So it's 7 o'clock Queensland time every day. The advent comes out. I've never seen the pink cockatoo. We have the black and yellow ones and white ones. Every now and then we have lots of glass. And I love the kookaburra. Yeah. There was a kookaburra at work this morning when I was just leaving before, and he had a lizard's tail in this now. Right. Lots of stuff here in this pile. What about we do... Let's do a slightly different size. Let's cut a 6 3/4 by 9.5 inch piece. And then from the offcut, let's cut a 7 inch by 5 inch piece. And let's make a 5 by 7 easel card. Oh, and look, we've got a piece here. So let's just put that skinny piece aside because we'll be able to use that for our backstop. But we need to make sure, I've not made an easel card this size before. Right, so let's put the big piece aside and this skinny piece aside. And then this is our front. We're going to work on it. So put that there and that there. Let's use this as our backgroundy piece. And then build on it like with that. Right. So from paper 4, we're going to cut a 6 3/4 inch by 4 3/4 inch piece. So 6 3/4 by 4 3/4. Right. Put that back in and make that 6.5 by 4.5. Then we've got our kookaburra. So that piece of timber there, we can get 1.5 inches out of that. So that'll be 1.5 inches by 6.5. So 1.5 inches by 6.5. And then we can put that on our backstop like that. And then, so then what we'll make is we'll make this. So that's already 6 3/4, that piece of white scrappy bit. And we'll cross cut that at 1 3/4. So it'll be 6 3/4 by 1 3/4. That piece of white we had scrap left over. Like that. And then it'll line up nicely with our piece of timber. Like that. We can line it up and it'll look like it'll And I know we're going to have white on white, but then what we'll do is we'll come up with something to make that stand out. But it's not really a big drama. Okay. So I have... it's an interesting size. I think I've done a 4x6 one before. Oh yeah. Got my mini design board. So let's sort of sit that on there like that. Let's get rid of the light. So the second smallest in the blue, and then we'll do that one. And then we'll somehow do a bit of a leafy thing like that. 2 leaves. And then somehow we'll have like leaf. I like the leaves. I meant to print myself some of the leaves this morning. So a set of leaves like that. So when we do a kit, what happens is we actually make sure that you get what you need, but you don't pay for stuff unnecessarily. I mean, you now get a full sheet because we can't do half sheets anymore. Unfortunately, our new system does not allow it. But I like that. I've got 1 leaf left. I've got that one there. So this was a full sheet, right? And when you buy the kit, you'll only get a half sheet because you only need a half sheet. And sometimes you might see me cut bits out of a full sheet, but you only pay for a half sheet. So we only give you a half sheet. You're not going to get those other things. So we've had some complaints lately about that people are being ripped off because they're not getting the full sheets. Well, if you don't get the full sheet, you haven't paid for the full sheet. And a lot of you know that if you don't need it, we don't charge you for it. But yes, we've had some complaints that in the video I was cutting up an A4 sheet, and where's my A4 sheet in my kit? Well, if the description says you're getting a A5 sheet, you're only going to get an A5 sheet. And we're only going to charge you for an A5 sheet, not an A4. Okay, so we've moved that over so we can turn the light back on. Now, okay, I have a bit of a wad of chipboard here. Nope. There is this dream word. It's a bit huge. It's a window. So he could be sitting on a window, sitting at a window. Now, if we did that, I wonder if we've got... That's not thingy. That's not Australiana. And then somehow... put this heart in behind here. Oh, I've got a fussy of those. I've got a lot of leftover bits. Nope. Will that fit in our window? How do I design that one up? No. That would have been good, wouldn't it? I want to scene one of our outback scenes, but I want it to be fitting in the window. Oh, that's a bit smaller. Don't forget you've got, when you buy a paper pack for Aussie Grunge, you get all these bits. Just have to bear with me for a moment. Oh, I found them. We don't want ATCs, we want card fronts. Card fronts, please be here. Oh, look, there we go. That's what we want. We want, do we want that one or this one? Or do we want this one? And then we put our kookaburra. And then our dream white will go across there. I think we want this one. Right. I'm going to use this one. This is very middle of Australia, isn't it? Very, I mean, there's cactuses, but sometimes I see cactuses. The big issue is the best watercolor images, licensed images of the Australian outback and Australian animals is not by Australian artists. Right, and we'll put that up there, right up there in that corner. But what colour will we paint our window? Do you reckon maybe a beigey colour? Think of beige. Mine didn't turn up. Oh, there you go. If it was our resident kookaburra, he would be tapping on the window for attention. Oh, geez. I don't think we've ever had one at work before, a kookaburra. Let's just put these on here because I'm going to use the other side. And let's put some white on here. And then I think what we do is we might, if we don't make a beigey colour, I think we might try and bring a little bit of, I don't know where that one came from. I think it's up here. Nope, it's just a leftover. I think we might try and bring a little bit of our kookaburra chocolate brown into this somehow, but we don't want it to be super bold, and we do need to bring this navy blue in somewhere else. So that navy blue is in the Aussie Grunge stuff because it is in here. This pattern has been used in that pattern. pen is the gift that keeps on giving. I should have shaken it before I started. So, 1 o'clock class. We can't actually even use our laser machine at work today. We were pretty, we couldn't use it yesterday. We can't use it today because the vibrations from the big drilling machine out the front that's tunneling through our sidewalk is, yeah, it will actually damage our laser machine if we try and use it. The vibrations are really bad, really resonating in our workshop area, like where we manufacture. So Naomi John is, I don't actually think she can do colour cuts today because the colour cuts require the use of a laser eye for calibration to get the outlines just right. So she's actually, I think she's only doing picture cuts and title cuts, because as long as the machines don't lose their mark while they're working, it's okay. Rightio, so we're going to use that behind the window. Okay, so let's build a little bit. Oh, actually, maybe we need to cut some stuff out. Deary me. I think distressing would be pretty cool. So yes, 1 o'clock class is just going to be me. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'll do something. It's not going to be a team challenge or a card off or anything, because we're, yeah. And today, of course, is Supported Adults Day, so just see how, or one of our Supported Adults Days for the week. See how we go with the noise. It was driving me nuts. I have tinnitus, so from a jaw displacement that I had most of my life. I think I was like 34 or 35 when I started having treatment for a displaced jaw, and it I didn't realise that that's what the noise in my head was. But yes, it causes that constant noise, and yeah, the vibrations and the noise were just resonating through my head. So tomorrow is Scrapbox. Well, this week is Scrapbox week. There's not going to be a class on Friday night because we've got the Mayor's Christmas carols, and two of the kids are singing. I don't know what Naomi John's doing. Two of the kids are singing, and one's dancing as well as singing. We're also in Rockhampton on Saturday and Sunday, so we're getting ready for that. After the Mayor's Christmas carols, we will go and pack the trailer for our trip to Rockhampton the next morning. But we have got a class tonight. There's no mixed media class tonight. It's out here on our Facebook page and YouTube channel. It's going to be a scrap along. I don't know what we're going to do. Where was this one? Oh, who knows? Oh, I think it was down there. So yes, tonight there's another scrap along. Have to admit, pretty tired. Getting there. Slowly. I didn't start the super weekend well. We didn't actually say to anyone, but I was actually sick on Friday. Not well. Just wasn't 100%. Rightio. So I do edit as I go. Ooh, I've got a bit of a... I try to get rid of like where I end up with a point or something. But yes, this week is Scrapbox week. I have no idea what we're going to use because my... obviously my Scrapbox is beyond ridiculous. Right now. I don't know if I'm going to get a break over the Christmas holidays to... I wanted to have a bit of a clean out in my studio and get rid of a heap of stuff. Old stuff from other brands that I'm never ever going to use. So I don't know what I'm going to do there. I probably need to look at the list of who's our teachers for next year at school and go and talk to the prep teachers. Although I once gave a massive, big, huge, probably would have been about 80 centimeters deep by about 1 meter long, one of those massive, massive big tubs full of Christmas stickers and Christmas craft stuff to one of the prep teachers. And they didn't even open it. It's just still sitting in there somewhere. So maybe I'll just... I don't know what I'm going to do with my stuff. You got to be careful, but I used to donate like old discontinued papers from the shop and damaged papers to daycare centres. I wasn't really smart to start with, and I was donating it, and then I had people coming in asking if they could exchange stuff because they bought it for a project and no longer needed it, but could they exchange it for another project? And I'm like, well, they'd come in when I wasn't there and my staff would just do it. And I'm like, I donated that to a daycare centre. So then what I started doing is I started cutting the barcodes off. So if it was if I was donating it to a daycare centre, they don't need a full 12 by 12. So I would just cut the square out if it was single-sided where the barcode was, or cut the strip off, or cut the piece out of the strip. I wouldn't cut just the whole strip off because they tried to bring those back. But yeah, I started having to do that to combat the trying to get a refund on something they had snitched from the daycare centre. Maybe gold or bronze. What about we do bronze, like this colour here? This bronzy colour for the window and the dream. What about that? I think that'll look good. Oh, just finished off putting a raspberry cocoa slice together, big sugar rush once a year delight. Oh, how about a set of embellishments? was I talking about? Oh, embellies. Oh, yeah, we could do embellies for a Scrapbox week. Yep. Or this afternoon. I don't know which one. Amazing. Yep. Have more front than wall. Yep. 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 So, yeah. But you don't even like when they have fundraisers for kindies and like the community kindies and that sort of stuff, they don't actually even, I don't know if anyone else has noticed, they don't actually even want vouchers or anything anymore or gift baskets or anything. They want cash. That's what they want as donations. And I'm like, I've done Tannum Kindy, I've done their decorations for an event before. I did I think 2021 or 2019. One of them I did big, I think it was 2019, I did big rosettes, massive big rosettes for their decorations with the wrapping paper that we had. The Crazy Craft wrapping paper used to get. Antique bronze we're using. But yeah, I'm not up for giving them cash so they can buy decorations online from overseas from that cheap place instead of buying stuff locally. One lot didn't even pick up their vouchers a couple of years ago. I always give, I haven't for the last 2 years because they didn't pick them up 3 years ago. Give 4 $100 vouchers for their raffle, but they didn't pick them up, so I don't think they wanted them. So we're just going to paint this. I don't know if this is going to be it. I think it needs a bit of brown. We'll start with this. And then I think what we'll do is we'll somehow add a bit of a browny colour to it. I might have put the second coat on while it's a bit wet, but it's very yeah. I do get a bit pedantic about the title not having globby bits and bits hanging off it. I don't know if everyone's like that, but let's get a tiny bit of water. take all my scraps and no longer likes to Riley's daycare and they love it. Yeah. It's a good idea because kids love crafting with. Some places don't like scraps. They just want full sheets, but if you can find somewhere that'll take scraps, that's really good. We used to cut, like die cut, the scraps that had come through work, or my scraps, die cut into letters, like ice cream containers of letters, and take them to one daycare centre. And I said to them, "Oh, yeah, you know, we don't have the time to do this anymore." And they said, "Oh, well, if it's not cut, we don't want it." But they have other places that'll take scraps and that. I have got tons and tons and tons of Graphic 45 and Prima and Kaiser and Webster's Pages, and I got a lot of hoarder paper in my stash. A lot of hoarder paper in my stash, unfortunately. What do you think? I think it needs brown on it. Okay. Now, where did that brown paint go? Have we sold out of this yet this weekend? This burnt umber paint? Has everyone bought their tube of paint? Okay. I didn't rinse the brush. I just touched a little bit more water on it. The metallic will shine through. So an interesting thing with metallic paint is it will shine through. It is really, the metallic pigments really will rise to the surface and they will come to the top. If you use matte medium between the layers, like matte gel between the layers, or if you use a heavy coat of, like, you know, the satin paint from the satin paint set, you can overcome the metallic shining through. But I mean, why would you? Like, so I'm putting this on really, really thin. I'm going to hold it up in just a second. Putting it on really, really thin and a little streaky. So it's darker in some spots than others. So it's not completely brown. Focus. There we go. So it's not much browner, but it's a little browner. You know what I mean? Probably a little closer to that. So let's put that there. Yeah, hopefully over the holidays I get some time to. I don't know if I will. I am teaching right through. I'm not going to teach on the public holidays, but sorry. Just not teaching on public holidays. Oh, that's a bit heavy. Let's come across here and then go back and pick some of it up. I'm not teaching Christmas Eve either. Naomi John's playing clarinet at the Catholic Church. Amelia is in the Nativity at the Catholic Church. She's the voice of Mary at this point in time. That could change, but depends on if, you know, how many other kids turn up. They want to have a role. She could share the role or get moved to a different one. So, yeah. So Christmas Eve's taken up. I think Naomi drew the short straw and is doing the music for Midnight Mass on Christmas Eve. So I guess I'm going to that because I'm not going to make her drive to Midnight Mass on her own. I don't think I'll be able to get the boys to go. Right, so now let's rinse our brush. I don't know why I'm rinsing it. I just needed to dry it, to be perfectly honest. Rightio, so let's make sure it's dry. So we're going into the actual painty bit, not the watery paint. We're just putting bits. We're like we're swiping around. We're dry brushing. And I'm just going to say, you don't need a stencil brush or a bristle brush to dry brush. One of my painting teachers, the year I was pregnant with, I used to drive an hour and a half once a week to painting classes to learn something different. She would never use a bristle brush. She only ever used a brush like this. Right, how's that? So it's blended, but it's just a bit. It's kind of the wrong colour. So our Advent event is going out. So the email goes out at 7 o'clock Queensland time every morning for 24 days. Sunday it was a discount. Today it's a buy 3 get 1 free. I'm not going to tell you what tomorrow is. So I think we need to clean our hands. You need holidays for your family. Yep. Well, next year in July, the shop will be shut for, I think it's 10 days in July next year. The kids have already decided. Yeah, no cash, voucher or product. Yes. Yes. Yeah, I know. My God, and cannot. I know. I was trying to do something with the whole thing with Mum the other day on Quentin's, and about a week and a half ago, and got yeah, he got blocked. It's helping him do something. I just think it's a bit too bright. What do you think? It's just a little bright. Okay. I think we need some of this colour. What was that? Pastel taupe? Looks close enough. It's a taupey colour. Let's get this last. Yeah. So yeah. Oh dear. So yeah, the kids have got something cooking up. We have no idea what it is. But yeah, the big kids are cooking something up. We actually have, let me have a look. Just have a look. We actually have something that's coming up, but we haven't, no. Can't tell you about that yet. It's not public. But yeah, it'll be, I have no idea what they're doing. Obviously, Amelia doesn't know. She doesn't keep secrets. But yes. I think it's Milton's idea, but Naomi was trying to get the boys into action. They got to do something. For them to do something, because it's our 30th wedding anniversary next year. I don't think we'll do a party. I don't think they'll do that. Most of my family don't talk to me, so I don't think a party's worth it. I'm just trying to get it to be a little. It actually kind of almost looks like timber now. It's got a bit of a graininess to it. Let's do it to this. July seems like a long way away, but it'll be here before we know it, unfortunately. Can you believe we're in December? It is now summer. We're on day 2 of summer. I'm going to say it's really hot here. This is day 2 of summer. Summer's going to be a bit of a scorcher. It kind of looks like timber, doesn't it? Just going to get a little bit of the dark brown. Just on the very tips. And graze it across. We're actually getting some decent texture on here now. You know, we're getting some good texture. And I'm only going up and down, like I'm not going side to side. It's about taking the time too sometimes to get the layers. You know, like onions and ogres and parfaits and black forest cakes. It's all about the layers. Oh, there we go. Oh, look at my hands. I think it's got a nice timberiness. It's got a bit of texture to it. I don't know if you can see all the texture in there. That's better. Just getting bits on the tip. And then this bit goes across. It's not everywhere. I think this dream word's one of the pictures I edited yesterday. I was chatting to one of the, I was multitasking. I was at dance rehearsals yesterday, chatting to one of the mums, and there we go. Look at that. It's not perfect. Like you can see, we've got little lumpy bits in places, and yeah, look at that. I actually had wattle yellow on my finger paint that I haven't been able to get off. I was at dancing yesterday. Rightio. Is that going to come off? Probs not. Really hot here too, but we have very mild. I'm just dripping. It is quite humid. It's supposed to be 34 on Sunday. Yeah, it's how it feels like here. Which cruise, Yvonne? Hubby and I, for our 30th, went to Kangaroo Island. Oh, that's lovely, Tina. Wonderful kids, yep. Yes, I do. Brown splatters on landscape, maybe. Yes. I'm thinking some brown, some dark brown flecks in a couple of places. Rustic looking, when's a cruise? Which cruise? Is that the cruise you know about or the cruise you don't? That's got you all thinking, hasn't it? Okay, so let's distress these pieces on our background while they dry just a smidge more. Just a smidgen more. And then this one. It's got a different look, this paper, doesn't it? I love our pattern paper. It's strong enough to use for structure, but it's just so nice to fussy cut. Like, after cutting 50 lemur masks and 50 double thickness lemur tails the other weekend, my finger is still numb. You'll appreciate fussy cutting knife stuff. Our fussy cut stuff's nice too. We were going to make our paper pack, but I'll put these with something different. And we tested a few things and we came back to this. I know these are really tiny, but sometimes you need tiny stuff. Right, so let's cut the middle out of the green piece. And then, there. Oh no, cruise is in March. So yes, that cruise is in March, Yvonne. Now I've been cryptic. I walked back into my lounge and Lisa was cleaning her paintbrush and I thought some electrical was going berserk. Gay. I could never get on the lady selling it as she was always away, never answered her phone messages yet. No, you've got to, what we're going to do is you've got to fill in the form, the email, on the email. But we should know around Christmas week, we should know if there's any spots available. Where are we? My video stopped. I'm just trying to get back in. Electrical item was going berserk. Oh, sorry, Raquel, for the noise. But we should know around Christmas week if there are any spots on the cruise. Rightio. So what I'm going to do, let's put some tape on the back of this. And on the back of this, ready. Just in case we get to sticking and things are wet. So I'm going to get my brown paint, pat a bit off. I'm just going to put some just on the edges. Go on there to dry. Make sure there's no wet paint on my hand that I'm going to get everywhere. Not like yesterday and I had a bit of green. And I kept resting on my painting. Yeah, the cruise wasn't, yeah, the phone messages, we've had to find different ways to communicate. I'll put that one there. We'll put a little bit around this one. Right, wipe my hands again. Let's stick our picture in our window. Oh, look at that. That's cool. Oh, I think it's cool. So we're just doing, here we go, I'm just watching the glow. love your papers. Thank you, Tina. We've made a lot of mess on this background, haven't we? This weekend. Okay, let's do a bit of prep while we've got a lot of things drying. Got a lot of things in the state of drying. Get some chippy strips out. Rightio. Okay. So the backstop, that was that little piece. So this was, oh, that's the wrong size. Right. So that means this is the wrong size. So this needs to be 6.5 by 1 3/4. So it's currently, let's see that. So it's currently 6 3/4. So this is like 1 3/4 wide by 6.5. Whoopsie. So we're just going to have to cut. Get paint on that. Just going to have to cut this one down when we get to it. Let's put the distressor on. So let's stick some chippy strip to that. Let's do 2 long bits because we want it to, it's actually going to be keeping at bay a lot of weight. Oh, that's a bit much glue. Whoops, daisies. Right, let's put that there to dry. Let's put a little heart down the bottom here. This is one of the smallest ones, that little guy. Let's put him on some chippy strip. Oh, it's getting hotter. It's getting more humid by the minute. Oh, it has really got a storm. Like if it doesn't storm today, we're just going to be in a really bad way with the heat. Okay, so Kookaburra's got chippy strip on him, or her. And then we've got one of the second smallest size in this one. Let's put some chippy strip on that. Because it goes over with our Kookaburra. And I think what we might do is we might put the chippy strip on the leaves and that as we put them in to get our depth and that sort of thing. We might, no, we're going to put our window flat, but what we might do now is cut our window. Oh, geez, that's saying something, Mary, because like down in Tassie, but then I reckon any humidity in Tassie, you guys would feel it because it's just not, it's not in your, you know, like it's not regularly in your weather wheelhouse to have like big humidity. It must be, it's something we should be used to. We're fairly used to it. It has to get pretty hot before we really whinge here. But we've got fans and air conditioning, like we've got plenty of the right services to keep us cool. It's good because like Quentin and the kids have been swimming in the pool even later because it's still really warm. But the humidity and the wind and that do mean that pool needs a bit of maintenance. We also need to save for a new, we've got to get a new filter housing, probably a new pump, probably just about up for a pump. They don't last forever. Even ours is the Onga pump. They don't even last forever anymore. But yeah, I like it. We get a bit of use out of it. We just don't want it to rain all summer, so that the kids don't get to swim. Now I'm whinging, aren't I? I'm sorry. Okay, is this dry? Because remembering we have an issue. This is meant to be, it's got to be, it's 6.5. But what we're going to do is we're going to take 1/8 of an inch off one end, and we're going to take 1/8 of an inch off the other end to bring it down to 6.25. And in doing that, it means that our design is still centered. So what we want to do is still center our design below the one above, so we still get that really nice trippy pattern coming through. Heading to Hobart late January, we'll probably need to pack a jacket. Oh, you should do, yeah. But then again, just ask, well, we've got Mel and Mary and a few others that are in Tassie, so you could just check the weather in the Creative Family group like the week before with everyone, just to make sure where you're at. Because I don't think the weather app's always perfectly correct. Let's just be brutal. Okay, how are we going? Just checking the brown paint on hands situation here. So let's stick these two together. I think I have a bit of an idea. Just going to stick them together. And then see, this one's going to go here, and it still centers nicely. Look, it still lines up because it's very distinctive when you use timber. And then if we put our, we just need to make sure we've got enough room for our kookaburra. This is about 1 inch here. If we put our window on and then flick some brown, because then it'll sort of be on here and the back of it. And see, we've got this taped up ready to go. May as well use the, well, not use, that's the wrong word. May as well take advantage. Oh, no, that's the wrong word. Oh. May as well ask your friends in the Creative Family group. Let's go with that. If we've got this awesome group of fabulous crafters who just are so kind. Okay, my water's a bit mucky. Let's not look at the state of the water. Let's put some water in our skerricks of brown paint we've got here. And then let's put a bit up here. And then a bit down here. A little tiny bit here. And then just there. So it just goes on our. I can see how that sound amplified probably sounds bad. I think I need clean water before my next class. Just saying. We really don't have anything left to do but to stick it together. And, maybe just start sticking. Sticking on wet. Never goes well, does it? Well, let's get a different glue. That one's just a bit precious at the moment. Not playing the game. Oh, that one's nearly empty. I'm at that stage where I've just got to use up all of the glues because they're all at that stage of nearly empty, and I just this one's just going to pour out. Okay, so I've just got that hanging over just a little. Show you that without getting brown paint everywhere. And then let's stick our other little heart over. Oh my gosh, I've been faffing around for nearly an hour and a half and I haven't even made a card yet. Yep, because we talked about the meaning of birds. Oh, look at that. I like that. Just pretty. So what we're going to do is we're going to have the leaves coming down here. So this big long one, we're going to cut it in half. And let's test it again. So this is going to sit sort of there, this heart. Check it again. Sort of there. Then we're going to put on our kookaburra. Up as high as we possibly can. I'm going to second heart here. Of the leaves. I think that's leaves. I think that's a picture of leaves. What do we think? I think it gets lost. Nope. Definitely not. I think down here. I think we might make our dream word a bit darker. Let's close that. Just not standing out, just a little tiny bit more brown. Oh dear. So it's sort of thickish brown. Still trying to keep our texture and our color variants. So some of our light colors are still there. Ooh, that's very dark there. So the mum I was chatting to yesterday, so lovely at rehearsals, was she was crocheting Christmas stars for her daughter to give to her friends for Christmas, like Christmas star ornaments, and I thought that's just so cool. So she crochets teddy bears as well. Gets a lot of requests. She doesn't do a lot, but I thought it was just so lovely to see someone doing such a traditional craft. That's better, isn't it? That's a bit better. That stands out a bit more. We don't want it to take away from our, what's that? That's a piece of cardstock. Take away from our kookaburra, but we do want to be able to see our word. We don't want it to melt into our window frame too much. Hello, Christy. How are you? Love it, says Tina. Thank you. Thank you, Mary and Tina. Right, let's put some glue on here, on the thick pieces. Having a bit of going through a bit of a phase with designing bigger stuff, like some really big stuff and some really tiny stuff. Does that make sense? Trying to meet both or all parts of my creative personality for cards and pages and. So what do we think about there? Let's just put that there. Just try and have it that it looks like it's meant to be. And let's put the tail, the kookaburra tail over the top of it. I like it, I like it. And did I put tape on the back? Oh no. Deary me, sorry about that. That is very low. That's a military helicopter. They're the only ones that come over our houses that close. We are not in the flight path, just so you know. We're only meters from the flight path, but we're not in the flight path. Rightio, so this was our base. So it's 9.5 by 6 3/4. So we've got it going the 9.5 way, and we're going to score that at 4.5 and come back and score it at 2 1/4. Because we're making a 5 by 7 easel card. So, just back up the phone. Don't score it there. Do not score where I said to score. Back the phone up. See how I'm going diagonal to the scoreboard, and I am just going backwards and forwards. So what I'm actually doing is healing it. Right. So we need to score at 4 3/4. Sorry. So 4 3/4. 4 3/4 and 2 3/8. Holy dooly. So 4 3/4 and 2 3/8. Oh dearie, dearie me. I am sincerely sorry. Yes, I make mistakes. I make lots of mistakes. So at the moment we've got it this way, but what we're going to do is going to turn this one back. So we've got it like this, and we're going to turn this bottom one back. Nice crisp folds. There we go. Rightio. So then this surface here. So see this surface here. Hello, Heather. Just watching and listening in the background while busy. Loving this. Thank you. Great. Looks great. Love the big words. Ah, that's cool. Thank you, Yvonne. Thank you, Heather. So this surface here, we've got this Z-y thing. This one here, we're going to put tape on that. Now, we're going to put tape on it, and we're not going to be Scroogey about it. And it's structural, so we need to burnish that. Sometimes I forget, but if I'm actually making this for a gift or as a commissioned card, I don't forget. Rightio. So this was our piece that was 5 by 7 that we originally did. Right. Let's put tape on the back of here. Put tape on the back. A decent amount of tape. Oh, let's not use that one. Let's get the stuff I left here for this purpose. Yep. This is not going to fall apart. I have bought a pallet of Aussie graph paper. I am expecting to have this on display for a while. Rightio. So we've got our 5 by 7 piece and our mechanism we made, right? So we're going to turn our 5 by 7 piece over, or leave it the same. And then we're going to peel the back off that tape we put on. And we're going to stick this mechanism piece, a hole like that. We're going to stick that right in the center of our 5 by 7 piece. And we're going to have an even border all around the outside, top, bottom, and sides. So see, we've got an even border all the way around. An 1/8 inch border. So we're going to put this up here. We're going to burnish that. Other people do easel cards a bit different to me, but this is how I do them. I'm going to get our kookaburra. It is better to make your base and then add this to it. Otherwise, you could accidentally stick it upside down. So we're checking. It goes like that. Yep, that's the right way. I'm going to put this in the middle, and I'm holding it on my fingers, like so, up on my fingers. And I'm going to go in the middle. that. But it won't stay up yet. So let's get our backstop. Let's put glue on here. Now this is going to take time. I'm going to hold it and pretend it's glued on. Gluing it a couple of minutes ago would have been a good idea. Then we're going to put it down the bottom here. We've got an even border bottom and sides. Holding, holding, holding. And then when we put this here, because it's a backstop, it holds that in place. And our timber should be lined up, and it is. Yeehaw. I love it when a plan comes together. Right. Oops. So this is our front. And this is our backstop. There we go. And why I make the front a bit bigger is when it's like this, you can't see the mechanism. It's a little sneaky. You can't see it behind. But when the person picks the card up and goes, oh, how do I open this? It just makes them want to do that. I love that size. I think we have 5x7 envelopes at work too. I've been trying to build up the envelope stash at work. Well, not stash, but the envelope supply at work. But people buy envelopes, so there we go. So we made an easel card, a Kookaburra one, and it's dream. It says dream. I was setting for a wedding type thing, but it is good luck. We know that Kookaburra is a good luck. We did that research. It's great. I love it. Thank you, Kelly. There you go. Thank you, Raquel. Thank you, Di and Tina. I like it. But you can see that little bit darker on our dream word. Makes it stand out, but it still looks really similar to a window. And it's got a little bit of a wood effect. And then our little splatters that are on our picture. Thank you, Yvonne, for that. And it sort of ties in with our splatters. And this blue works with this. And I like it. Thank you, Mary. So I will be back at 1 o'clock. Oh, an hour and 20 minutes. I'll be back. Oh, am I going to clean up my desk? No. Nope. I'm not going to clean up my desk. I'm just going to shove it over and I keep thinking, oh, I don't have anything on the weekend. Yep, we're in Rockhampton on the weekend. So if you know anyone that's in Central Queensland, just drop that pen in the water. Know anyone in Central Queensland, remind them that we will be in Rockhampton on Saturday and Sunday with our pop-up shop. Let's move the water away from there. It's manky. I have killed some pens by accidentally dropping them in the water. Yeah, they're a bit watery. But yeah, being rocky. Cut is awesome. We'll be able to work that into a scrap page. Yes, you will. You will definitely be able to work this into a scrapbook page. Definitely, definitely. So what I would do is you could use so see this piece. Let's find another one. Let's find a whole one. So my idea is originally, yes, we had this as a full background, but we hadn't used it in any class kit, in any kits. So that's why I did this. My idea is you can do this or this. I do like it this way. You could do this and put that, the Kookaburra in the window up here and your dream word here or somewhere else. But you could actually just trim this to 12 inches and just use that as a background because it's the two colors. I think that would be pretty cool. Or just sit it sort of there across the border and then have like photos here and here and here. Like you could fit a heap of photos on a page using that. But that is my reasoning behind doing that. Lovely card. Thank you, Quentin. First class that I watched a long time ago on Scrapbook Fantasies was an easel card, and I have used it many times. Awesome. That's awesome, Heather. Oh, thank you, Antonia. I haven't seen Janice has been making Christmas cookies and what's she been making? Gingerbread houses. Janice has been on. 1 p.m. class. Yes. See you then, Kelly. So take care, stay safe, and we'll see you in an hour and a quarter now. Take care. Love yous all. Thank you. Bye. Thank you.